once in a while. Because I believe also for it to have happened to me, it can also be the reason why some of us, at some points, um, lose steam, at some point, lose the required enablement, required momentum to get to doing the right things we know. And these things come with some pointers. Now, the moment I start noticing those pointers, I know that that has started happening again. Okay. And I'm going to share some of these pointers as it happens with me. And if any of them relates to you or what is going on with you right now, feel free to share. And for some of us who may, or to contribute in the group chat, and then for some of us who may not know, Mondays we observe like a 6 hours of prayers by fasting and waiting on God, asking Him to renew our strength. So if you're not participating in it, next Monday is coming from 6 to 12. Just be a part of it. Say some word of prayer for our country, Nigeria, for our company M Global, for C21 FG, for the Great Achievers Nation, for yourself, for your team, for your prospects, for your downlines, for your leaders. Just do that, okay? Unless the Lord builds, in vain do we labor. That's it, outside of what I'm training, but unless I forget it, so I share it with us, okay? Now, has anybody noticed that, is it happening or has it happened to anyone that at some point in trying to do activities in the business or in trying to do the business, have you noticed sometimes something you would ordinarily do today, you move it to tomorrow? Something you would have ordinarily done in the morning, you shift it to the afternoon. Something you would have ordinarily done in the afternoon, you say later in the evening you will do it. Has such a thing happened to anyone? It's called procrastination. Procrastination. Something that on a good day, what is the big deal about this now? Come on, I wake up in the morning, I get it done. I breathe and then I get it done. And all of a sudden you find out that you need additional strength to do it. Take making a call, for instance. It appears as if the people you want to talk to, already know what you want to tell them. You've not spoken to them yet, but in your mind, you have this, this, um, this burden that makes you feel, how sure am I that these people are not aware yet of the business? How sure am I that they are not aware yet? How sure am I that when I call them, they won't be like, I've heard about that thing. I don't know if such a thing has happened or is happening to anyone here. Some of us are already sharing their experience in the chat room. Okay. Now you procrastinate. You like, but why did, when you sit down at the end of the day or early in the morning when your strength is renewed from sleep, you're asking yourself, but why did I not do this yesterday? Why today is Friday? Why did I not do it or do these things all through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Why? Today is 17th of June. Why have I not done that in on first, second, third, 14th, and today is already 17th? You find out that, and you start reminding, but I last month by this time I had already done this. Last month, it's not that you lack the ability to do it. It's not that you lack the enablement to do it. You just procrastinate on things. If you notice that trend, now many of us, what we do is we start tackling the procrastination. We start trying to, okay, no, no, no. We start trying to fight the fruits rather than the roots. Did you get that? When we notice such a thing, it's like you're typing a document, right? You're typing a document and you finish typing, you print it out. When you print it out, you notice, oh, instead of spelling everyone correctly, I spelled it with omitting a Y. So what do? You take a correction fluid, and then you go to that printout and you clean a part of it and write it with pen. And you come back to your computer, you print out another copy, expecting that that one you printed out, that you corrected, the physical copy, has corrected the one on the system. No, you are attacking the wrong thing. You are trying to address the challenge from the very wrong perspective. So this particular point, at the moment you notice that you start procrastinating on what ordinarily you can do, on ordinarily something you had even done in the past. For some of us, it could be maybe income you have made as at last month, as at the middle of last month, you've made so amount of money. And here we are 2 days after the middle of the month, and you've not even done up to half of what you made at the middle of last month. And you're like, but what's going on? What's going on really? I- I- are these happening to anyone? Have you ever felt this way? Have you ever had these thoughts going on in your mind and you're wondering, how do I get out of this loop? Today, I'm going to show you how to deal with this kind of thing because this is a trigger. This is it's procrastination is not a trigger. Sorry, procrastination is the end result. There is something triggering it. There is something that makes it happen. The procrastination is as a result of an underlying cause that you may not even be aware of. Some of us, it may not be procrastination. At some point, you just feel stuck. Like, what do I even do next? What actually should I do next? I am now in the business. What next? I have signed up somebody. I am showing people the presentation. What next? You just feel present but absent. You just feel present but invisible. It's like someone, a player who is being signed up into a club but kept in a bench. You are aware a football match is going on, but your leg is not touching the ball. You just feel at that moment that, man, what next actually? What should happen next? It even can graduate to a point where you're not lacking in skills. You're not lacking in the fortitude. You're not lacking in the enablement or even means. You don't just know what to do. You wake up in the morning, you just know you are to attend cell meeting. And you attend cell meeting, but in it all, you can't pick that thing that gets you to action. You can't pick that thing that puts you back on the track and takes you away from the road. You can't pick up that thing that removes you from the crowd and puts you in the field of play. For some of us, it comes out as being overwhelmed. It now appears as if you have so much on your table to do. I don't know if this in any way relates to you. Please let me know. Let us know in the chat room because maybe it's just me it happens to. Maybe it's just me it happens to. But I've come to realize that once I see these things, they're pointing to something that they are pointers for me that to on something. They are pointers that something is going on that is not in its best form. You now feel so overwhelmed by the things you have to do. It appears as if the world is giving you all the tasks and assignments inherent in it and waiting for you to do all of them. It appears calls can't be made unless you make calls. It appears nobody gets signed up into your team unless you present. It appears nobody just knows how to do anything else except you come in. It appears you yourself is now so overwhelmed that you don't even know how to do what you know how to do. You become so engulfed, so busy so busy with things. Sometimes it could even be life itself. You become so overwhelmed with the things around you, with the things going on around you, with the things you have to deal with regards to yourself and the people that live around you. Call it your family, call it your friends, call it your relatives, whatever be the case. You now appear to have a lot on your desk. Is this happening with you? Is this happening to you? Is this what you're going through? That at a point, it actually slips into being confused, into confusion proper, pure confusion. You know what is confusion? You are looking at this phone. This is a Samsung phone. You are looking at this phone, and all of a sudden, what you are seeing is not a phone. What you are seeing is a notebook. What you're seeing is a bag. And your physical eye, it is a phone. What your eyes can see is a phone. But what your mind can conceive is something totally different. Has it gotten to a point where the prospects for your business now look like enemies to you? The prospects in your business, your downlines now start looking as disturbances. Listen to this. We pray to have downlines that be our leaders, Abby. But has it gotten to a point where you start feeling these downlines are even disturbances? These downlines are issues now. Prospecting that we know is an income producing activity that opens up the doorway to the gateway, that's to invitation. Prospecting now looks like that thing that should not be done. It comes to that point where invitation, you don't, you are looking at invitation, some of us even have 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 name lists. The people have sent text messages, but because we are confused and overwhelmed, we are looking at that list, and rather than seeing leaders that are about to be raised from that list, what you're seeing is work to be done. What you're seeing is something that you don't feel you have the ability now to do it. That thing that you are praying, you were praying for, now becomes the burden right in. I don't know if this is happening to anyone. Feel free to let me know, because we may not even know why we've had that list for the past 3 days and we've not called them. We've had that questionnaire that we bought for the past 5 days, and we've not given it out to one person. We've gone out to 2, 3, 4, 5 places. Like during these holidays, we've visited 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 friends, and we've not told a single one of them about our business. We've not collected a fresh contact. We've not reached out to a person. We've not followed up on people that said, I'll pay at the end of the month. We have not, the things that used to be motivation for us have now become a limitation to us. When you see these things happening, let me bring you home. When you see these things happening, number one thing you need to understand is this. It doesn't make the business less valuable. No. When we see these things happening, the major thing, one of the things we do is we start asking ourselves, is this thing really worth it? Why the stress? Instead of dealing with the issue, we are now shifting it. And let me tell you this, the goal of those distractions is to put you back. Oh goodness. The goal of those pointers is to put you back into your comfort zone. When you are hell-bent on the activities of the business, when you are hell-bent on achieving your results, when you are hell-bent on making a mark through this business, what happens is You remove yourself from your comfort zone and put yourself in the racetrack. Now, when you are in the racetrack, you're not bothered about the noise out there. You're not bothered about the limitations you had before you joined the business. You are bothered about, how do I make it work? How do I get to find prospects? How do I get to invite prospects? How do I get my prospects to take a look at the business? How do I get this? How do I get that? How do I get this? How do I get that? Correct? Now, but when these things now start becoming more and more, what they're trying to do is to take you out of that racetrack back to the comfort zone. So you start asking yourself, what it does is it starts reminding you of the gains of being in the comfort zone. What are the gains of being in the comfort zone? No stress. The gains of being in the comfort zone is you are cool. The gains of being in the comfort zone is that you are not stretched beyond your limit. The gain for being in the comfort zone is that you do it at your own time when you feel like. If it gets hectic, you just drop the ball. So, but when you see all these things happening, you are now understanding that, man, this thing, the issue is not the business, though. The issue is the things in my head and the things going on around me. So, what do you do to handle this? When you have these pointers showing up on your screen, when you have these pointers showing up around you, what do you do? Very simple. The first thing you do, that I do, that helps me to get out of it, is this: stop everything. Stop everything. Just match break. Let me tell you why I know this works. When I go out riding, in fact, the last time I went to, because I rode from Abuja to Lagos, and it was a very good ride. We left Abuja early in the morning, before about 9 o'clock. We were already in Lokoja. So we are now heading from to Lokoja to where? Lokoja to Kappa. Yeah, we are now heading from Lokoja to Kappa. We've not even left Lokoja town. Very slow ride, very slow, because the road was not, there was no traffic, but it was moving slowly. And I was the road captain. Now, it means every other person was behind me and I was the one leading. And then just less than 10 minutes into departure, less than 10 minutes, a young boy of about 10 years, not looking, jumped into the road. This guy was about 10 years old. And if you know these things we ride, they are heavy. They are really, really heavy. And the young boy, runs into the road. There was nothing. He was not listening to any horn. He was not listening to the sound of the bike. He was not listening to nothing. He was just running straight. And then these are things, if you drive and you drive for maybe travels, when you are moving, you see a pothole. You have a split second to make a decision. You have a split second to make a decision. Am I jumping into this pothole? Am I jumping over the pothole? Am I looking for a place to swerve from? These thoughts. So immediately I saw the guy enter the road, I knew it just occurred to me that this guy is not going back. He's not even aware of what it just came from the back of, I think, a keke or something, and boom, I saw him coming into the road. Now, I had decisions to make instantly. I had decisions to make. Continue on my way. If I held my brake, it was a crash for me. And in fact, I may still get him, because he was already like, he was just running towards me. Like, brrr. Now, in that split second, the grace of God kicked in. In fact, it was all through. And instead of moving the way I was moving, I swerved the bike behind him. So it was just a part he just, I just missed him by like a foot. I just missed him like by a foot behind him, like swerved me. And then the moment that happened, it's like it just happened that, when such things, it was like a narrow miss, a very slim miss, if not by the grace of God. Only God knows what could have happened. And after that, like I said, I was not moving fast. I was moving less than 100, far less than 100, yeah, about 80 something kilometers. And then the minute that happened, I slowed down. I slowed down. Like I slowed down to about less than 60. You know, now if you drive a car, 60 is like crawling. But I slowed down to 60. Why did I slow down to 60? I can't stop on that road. I didn't want to stop. I wanted my mind to come back to normal. It was a moment of, boom, this is what could have happened. I had to take that break to allow myself to take control. Hmm. I needed that break to allow myself to take back control. At that moment, if I had continued at the pace I was moving, I could have ridden carelessly because I was no longer myself. It was like I and the people I was leading also understood that they are professional riders as well. So everybody slowed down. Everybody slowed down. So I needed that moment of, okay, thank God nothing happened. So this is it. God is with you. You're in control, that kind of a thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then when I gained back my confidence, I started leading again and everybody latched on and then we continued. There was also a friend who traveled, I think, to the east for an event and they were coming back and they were very tired, but they insisted they would get into Abuja that same day. At a point, the guy looked back and realized that every of his friend that he was carrying, all of them had fallen asleep. And he said, okay, 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 let them sleep. I can drive us. And at some point, he now left the road. In fact, what woke him up was he climbed a tree trunk or something by the side of the road. Then he woke up. Now, the moment he realized that, what did he do? He looked for the next primary school, parked the car under a tree, locked the windows, and all of them went to bed in the car. They slept for like 3 hours inside the car. These are people that are supposed to be on transit. They slept for 3 hours or so in the car. When they woke up after sleeping like 3 hours, they continued. Why do you think they needed that stop? They needed to take back control. When you feel overwhelmed, when you see yourself procrastinating, when you see yourself doing what you are not, you're doing below what you know you can do, you see yourself, it feels as if you have so much on your desk to deal with. It is that time that you stop everything. Just stop. When you stop, you're not stopping to quit. You are stopping to regain confidence. I want somebody to type in the chat room, stop and get confidence. Stop and get confidence. You need that confidence. You need that confidence is the inner belief that I can do this. Is the inner reassurance that I've got this. Is the inner will that this is not beyond me. Have what it takes. Stop and get confidence. When you see yourself not do you before prospecting 25, 20, 30 in a day is no big deal. You leave by 9 a.m. By 12, you've done 30. What is it? With quality prospects. But now you leave, and then by 2 o'clock, you've not even done 10. And you're asking, where are the prospects? Where are the prospects? Your mind is so full of so many things that are not what you want. The pointers are there, but you are not dealing with the root. You are dealing with the fruit. And you're asking, you are bothering yourself the more. Why am I not doing this? Stop. Stop everything. Stop everything and gain confidence. How do you gain confidence when you stop everything? Because it's easy to stop. But if you don't know why you're stopping, you will not have the ability to start moving again. I knew why I slowed down. I knew where I was going to, destination Lagos. As at Lokoja, we've barely done about less than 200 kilometers. And it was a journey of 750 kilometers. So I've done less than 30% of the trip. I knew where I was going to. My friends that were coming from that trip knew that their destination was Abuja. And that sleep that came, they needed to stop and quench it. If not, maybe they wouldn't even have gotten to Abuja successfully. So when you stop, because you know why you are stopping, you are regaining confidence to start because you have a reason why you are on the journey in the first place. The reason why you are on the journey in the first place is what gets you going again. So when you stop everything, listen to this. The first question you need to ask yourself is this. And when you are asking yourself this question, please don't ask it in your head. Did somebody get that? I'm going practical with you now. When you stop everything and you're trying to gain confidence, to continue the journey. Please don't ask these questions or don't do this self-analysis in your head. Where do you do this analysis? Who knows? Where do you do this rebirth? An eagle knows it can live for 70 years. But when it gets to 30 years, it has to stop everything it is doing. It has to stop. If it does not stop, it will not have a chance to live for the next 40 years. So when you want to regain confidence, you don't do it in your head. The eagle does not sit among the crowd to reborn for its rebirth. It goes to the mountaintop. It isolates itself. So when you want to regain confidence, it is not a time for stop looking for who to blame or what to. Many of us, the easiest thing we do is we start seeking help from outside people, whereas the energy we need is already within. But we are killing it by even looking for people outside who will come in to help us, whereas you're already in your own self. So the place you analyze is not in your head. No, you need to analyze on paper. Somebody type on paper. You need to analyze on paper. You need to analyze on paper. Somebody said, please, sir, I'm not hearing your voice from my device. Type number 3 in the chat room if you can hear me. Type number 3 in the chat room if you can hear me. Please, if you can hear me, check your audio. Make sure you click the microphone button and select Wi-Fi to be sure you're connected. You need to boost your confidence on paper. Let me tell you. They said faith cometh by what? Faith cometh by, who knows? How do they say? Faith cometh by what? Faith cometh by hearing. If you want to boost your confidence, when you analyze on paper, it brings a lot of things to your forefront. Because you are writing, has anybody noticed that before you write, you will hear? The only things you write are the things you have heard. Whether somebody is physically speaking to you or your mind is speaking to you. Oh, is somebody getting me this one? Before you write, you actually hear. What it means is that in the moment you are trying to hear, in the moment you are trying to write, you're forcing yourself to be quiet enough to listen. So you have to analyze, not in your head. If you're analyzing in your head, you will be hearing it, you will be countering it. But when you're analyzing on paper with a pen and paper, you will listen, you will hear, and that thing you have heard, you now write on paper. So what do you write on paper? Number one thing, why am I here? Why am I in this business? Why do I have to attend cell meeting? Why am I even doing this business in the first place? Why did I pay money? If as I'm saying this, you are writing it on paper, you will have a different meaning to it than someone in this same meeting who is not writing what I'm saying. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. If I am saying this, you are asking yourself on paper. In fact, if somebody can already attest to it, as you're asking yourself, why am I here? Why did I sign up? You will be amazed to hear another part of your brain telling you, you signed up because of this. You signed up because of this. What does that tell you? The question you are asking already have an answer. Is because you have not asked the question. The challenge you have already, in the challenge you have already exists the answer you are looking for. Already there. The challenge is that, will you sit down and answer that question or ask that question? If you actually take time as I'm saying this, why am I here? Why am I doing this business? And you hear a voice, as you're asking, it says to impact people. Why am I here? To make money so that I can help my family. Why am I here? To be in a midst of group of people who believe they can be the best version of themselves. Why am I here? To build a better retirement plan. Why am I here? To help other people. Why am I here? As you're asking this question, the very reason, the very first thing you saw, the presentation that made you decide, let me give this a shot, will start coming back. It's more like you're putting yourself in that wave that made you decide to do the business. Somebody, I just have to tell you, somebody here today, somebody here today. Today is their defining moment. No, this morning, 17th of somebody, it may be, in fact, I am sure it is for that person that God made me to share this with you. I'm sure it's for that person. I don't know who it is. No, I can tell you. Why am I here? No, why? Why am I even here? Why am I doing this? Why am I actually doing this? Why exactly? No, for what reason? Why am I really doing this? Why am I into this? Why do I prospect? Why? Because understanding this was the reason why you signed up in the first place. And as time goes on, we get overwhelmed. We get so busy. We get distracted by the things in life, the things around us that stop us from getting. I was moving on that trip, and all of a sudden, that thing happened. It overwhelmed me. It was a shock. It was really a shock. It was a split-second decision that could have ended the other way. But God said, no, it will not happen. And then like this. And I made boom. But I needed to stop. I needed to gain back my confidence. And in getting back my confidence, the ways out was, don't go further on this trip. Tell your colleagues, continue going, guys. Let me go back to Abuja. Or no, I have to get to Lagos. I needed to take a stop and ask myself, why are you here to get to Lagos? Why am I on this trip to get to Lagos? Then I needed the confidence back. So I want to ask you, why are you here? I want to see your comment in the chat room. Why are you here? If you want to speak, I'll give you audience. Really, today is holiday, right? Permit me. I wanted this meeting to last only 30 minutes, and we're already getting to 1 hour. But I want you to permit me to take a little more time into your day so that I can give you the message I have for you today. If I am good to go on, please type go on in the chat room. If I am good to go on, I want you to type go on in the chat room. If I don't get enough go on, I believe I'll assume we don't, so I would stop here. I'll stop here because there are many more things I have for you in stock for this, for today. If I get enough go on, I will go on. I understand today is a holiday. I know it's a holiday, and I would want to take more time to help us here this morning. So if I get go on, enough go on, I'll go on. We're much here, so I expect to get, if I get enough go on, I'll go on. I'll go on. Okay, okay. I think I have enough go on to go on. So I want to ask you, why are you here? Who wants to share with us? I want someone to speak to us. This is our Salaram. Since Wahid has not, the package is supposed to have left its destination since yesterday, and till this morning, I've not received a call that they're waiting to dispatch it. So this is my ram, my Salaram to my people, while we deal with Wahid and every other Nabila and every other person here who has not given us ram. So who wants to share with us? I want to hear from you. Why are you here? If you have followed me from the beginning of this session till now, why are you here? Why are you? Who wants to share? Maybe I give an audience to one or two people. Feel free. Let's talk, guys. Why are you here? Yes, Mr. Idowo, mute yourself.
Thank you very much, Gamba. Quite appreciate this. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I actually looked at it. In fact, I sat down and was ruminating and looking at some of the things that I've been doing and looking at the business generally. I now discovered that some of those things actually happens, but the question I asked myself was just this question: why am I here? Why am I even in this place that I am? So I started going back to learning some few things and listening to some people. I now discovered that there are three things: to empower, to educate, and to entertain. But in my own case, I was actually building a better retirement for others. Now, what I saw was the fact that a lot of people are frustrated and they are looking forward to go and die. Now, the setting, I felt somehow that the reason why I'm actually doing what I'm doing, because a lot of people eventually started looking up to me as the person that they can actually emulate. Now, I may not be making so much impact as at now, but the essence, a better retirement plan is what keeps me going.
No. Oh.
And that's why I'm here.
Okay. Wow, wonderful. A better retirement plan. Okay, let's hear from one person more before I go on. Before I go on, if you're actually going through this with me, if 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 you're actually getting this and you have actually been doing it as we are going on, in answering this question, why am I here? You will discover in fact, as I'm speaking to it, that person I said this session is for is already feeling lighter than they were before they came into this meeting. Yes, the person knows himself or herself. I don't know who the person is. I don't know. The person already, by answering this question on paper now, is already feeling lighter, like, oh, come on. Really? Why have I forgotten this? Why have no? How come I allowed these things to stop? No, how come? Now somebody else raised their hand. I said I'll give two people audience. So the second person I'll give audience and we'll continue. We'll continue. I want this to be interaction. It's a one-off time here. So yeah, Obadiah, very quickly in 30 seconds. So why are you here? Share with us. Very quickly, very quick.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
All
Go
right. Good
on.
morning, sir.
Good morning.
All right. Okay. Actually, it's very simple. While this session is going on, I realize that there is a powerful question that you must answer. If you don't answer this question, you won't succeed in this business. And in my own case, every time I feel discouraged in this business because of lack of result or what is not happening, the first thing that comes to my mind is that I am here, first of all, to make a difference in my life. I need a change of life, a change of story. Because where I'm coming from, uh, I don't know, it's a long story, but I needed that a better life for myself, and also to see how I can improve better the lives of other people around me. Because I look at my background, if I don't do this, there is no any other person that will do it. So I have to first of all change my life and see how I can affect the lives of other people around me. I think this is the strongest reason that is keeping me going in this business, no matter what I see that is not working. Thank you
Okay.
very much, sir.
Thank you, Obadiah. Thank you, Mr. Ido, for sharing this with us. Now, I want you, this is an assignment I'm giving to you. Sit down and write out on a paper, why am I here? Now, when you say, I want to succeed, that's not strong enough. If you succeed, what does your success help you to do? I am here because I want to build an orphanage. I am here because I want to raise the standard of living of my family. I want to help my mother. I want to help my children. I want to help. I am here. See, when you narrow it down to the exact reason why you are here. While we show presentation, I was running a presentation for someone that was on Saturday. I was running a presentation for her, and she said, while I was telling my story, before I could even go on, he said, sorry, sir, not trying to digress, but your story is just exactly as mine. He said, and the story truly, when she shared it, is exactly like mine. So why are you here is the reason. Let me tell you this. Have you realized that what you find is what you're looking for? What you're looking for, you don't see. Oh, goodness. Yeah. What you are looking for is what you see. And what you see is what you find. What you are not looking for, you can't see it. Have you realized that if you are looking for a key on a cluttered table, you will not see any other thing. Do you know they are there, but you don't see them? You don't see them, don't mean they are not captured by your vision. It means your mind does not recognize their presence. Somebody learning this morning. I hope I'm passing this. The way it's coming from my heart is coming out like that from my mouth to you. What you are looking for is what you actually see. See, if you are looking at impacting people who are looking for their lives to be impacted are the people you will see. If you are looking for, that's why and let me tell you what your mind understands as what you are looking for. What you make, how do I put this? That thing that you put in your mind all the time is what it assumes you are looking for. Yes. That thing you make conversant you bring to the forefront of your head. That is what it assumes you are looking for. So when you are looking for people to impact people, when you are looking for a means to impact your family, a means to impact the world, a means to improve yourself, a means to be a better version of yourself, let me tell you, you start finding things that put you in that path, that put you on that which you're looking for. So stay with me. That thing you are looking for, we are analyzing to help you boost your confidence. Are we together? That's what we're doing, right? We are analyzing to help you. You stopped, and we're trying to get your confidence back so that you can keep moving. You've been overwhelmed. You don't know what to do. You're trying to make that call. You are procrastinating. You're just overwhelmed. You're confused even. But we're trying to get you back to track. And we have said that the first thing to do is to answer the question on paper, why am I here? The second thing that you have to do to put yourself back on track, to boost your confidence, is to ask yourself, is the price of doing this business worth the price? Is the cost of doing this business worth the benefit of doing the business? You want to buy a Boer bulldog. Is the price of the dog about 300,000 naira? What the dog will give you? A loyal part of the family, a loyal, protective part of the family. Is the price of doing the business, doing the activities, is the price of, oh goodness, you see, those things that you are now reluctant about doing, those things that you procrastinate instead of doing them, is the price of doing them more than the price? Now listen to this. The moment the price, the moment the cost of doing them is more than the benefits when you have done them, you will not find the motivation to do the business. So let's look at the price of doing our business. Let's look at the cost of doing the business. Let's look at what it takes away from you doing the business. Number one, feeling alone. Yes. See, let me tell us something. The journey to the top is a lonely journey. Oh. Go and ask anybody who wants to be honest to you. I'm not talking about someone who wants to motivate you. No. The journey to the top is lonely. You could be surrounded by people, but you are still lonely. You could have a lot of people singing your praise, but deep down, you're lonely. You're alone because you can't share your deepest concerns, your deepest strategies with anybody. Oh. The thing you want to do next, in the past, you have shared it with somebody and somebody killed it. Do you know how heavy it is to carry that idea alone? Because you know that when you see this idea through, it will materialize to something big. You can feel alone. It's a cost. It's a price. And you're wondering, why am I not making a call? It's because of the weight of feeling alone. It could be it. Yes. Another price is building while others are not. This is a holiday. People are resting, looking for where to visit, looking for where to eat ram, looking for where to jive, looking for where to relax. Whereas somebody has scheduled a presentation already, whereas somebody has booked a home lunch already. Even within the business, while some people are interested in selling, you are interested in raising leaders. While some people are interested in having sign up and then making much direct connectors bonus, you are interested in helping the new downline get their own downline. Building is harder than working. Yes, most people work. Most people are in tune with the switch approach. What is the switch approach? In those days, what does it take to put on a light? It takes a lot of process. You connect this, you connect this, you do this, you tune this, you tune that. But these days, by the flip of a switch, by the press of a button, light comes on. Most people are looking for that shortcut, for that quick approach, for that less stress, more result thing that they will do, and they will have all they see. But you understand that no grass, no grace, no cross, no glory. You understand that it is by building that I will even do what my father did. It is in building that I will create a system. It is in building that I can raise a nation that can stand. But building is not easy. That's the price. That's a price you pay. Yes. What's another price you pay? Delayed gratification. You are prospecting. You are inviting. You're expecting that by now you should be a monthly millionaire. But it's as if the things you see are not coming as planned or as hoped. That's the price. A friend of mine invited me to an event in his house. And when I got there, there were a lot of people who gathered there. And he came to welcome me. And then he was just telling me about, I went with two of my friends and we were talking. And then he said to them, he said, guys, what you see now is a latter glory of after 17 years of toil in the city of Abuja. His house is beautiful. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. No. See, money good though. His house is beautiful. He said, what you are saying, what you see today is a product of 17 years of empty toil in the city of Abuja. 17 good years. I'm like, in fact, he has never told me that story. He was never. He said, yes. He says, 17 years. I toiled in the city of Abuja with nothing to show for it. He says, 17 years. He said, but the moment it started happening, it has continued happening. Hi. I was like, correct. He said, the moment it started happening, it has continued happening. He said, what do you need? Everything you need, I have in this house. Do you know for what it takes for a man to make that claim? Do you know what it takes? He said, everything you need, I have in this house. What do you want? But he waited it out. He waited it 17 years. That's what he told me. He said, everything you see is a product of many years of toiling without result. But when it started, it has never stopped. Delayed gratification. But let me give you a good news. He built his wealth in the traditional economy. He built his wealth by being physically present there. Let me give you a good news. The good news is this, that our own gratification, though delayed, does not take that long. No. There is nobody in this meeting today. There is nobody in this meeting today who is 5 years in this business who is not a millionaire. If there's anybody, the person should show a hand. There's nobody in this meeting this morning who has spent up to 5 years in this business who is not a millionaire. He may not be a monthly millionaire, but that person, when you put together their income, in fact, I can even boldly say that there is no person who has done up to 5 years here who has not made a minimum of about 5 million cumulative. Nobody. Is there anybody here? None. And this man put 17 years. Imagine when you do the next 5 years in this business with a renewed confidence in the business. But the price you have to pay now is the delayed gratification. Yes, I can tell you and I can confirm to you, waiting it out for 1 month is not easy. Showing up every day, even when the result does not show, it's not easy. I won't tell you it is easy. Trust me. Prospecting and they don't show up, it's not easy. Promise and fail, it's not easy. Yes, it's not easy to deal with it and live with it every day. But the question is this, are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to pay the price? I come back and say he wants elevator in the house. Well, his house is a bungalow. It's not an upstairs, but I entered the bungalow and I said, this one bungalow will find past duplex. No. Eh, no, me itself, I saw G for the house. I saw G. Even me, I saw G for the house. No, the house, I saw G for the house. So another price that you ask yourself, am I ready? Am I willing to pay this price? Is insults. Yeah. People will think less of you. Trust me. People you are better than will feel they need you need them more than they need you. Trust me. People that on a good day, you won't even speak to them. People you know that you are better than will lie to you. Trust me. They will tell you, yeah, I'm coming to do the business. They won't come. I'm telling you. On a good day, what joins you and the people is the business. But you don't take it personal. You understand that human beings are what they are. But this is a price. Is it a hard pill to swallow when someone looks you straight in the face and tells you, I will sign up tomorrow. And they don't show up. You call them, they don't pick your call anymore. And this is someone is like a perceived friend. It's not, you don't take it so easily because you're a human being. But when you grow more and become a professional, you put the person where they belong and know that, okay, it may not be today, it may not even be directly under me. But let me tell you this. I've come to realize that many people, there are fewer options for an average person in the world today. So you see that let me use this for instance. Mr. Doe, I showed you the business when I started. You didn't do the business. He's here. When I started the business, I showed him the business. He said, no, 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 this kind of it. He didn't do the business. I think about 6 months after I started, I was not now the one that invited him. It was my downline. Someone I sponsored into the business has now brought him to the business. He came to good to that day saying, okay, this, I've seen you guys have a system. I'm ready to go. He took it up. So I'm not bothered when someone tells me today I am not interested. I'm no wahala. I am except we hit a jackpot tomorrow, which I pray you do, except there are many other things that you hope happens, and then you become that multi-billionaire. But as life goes, even when you become a millionaire, any smart millionaire or billionaire, I told you guys I met a billionaire and I showed him the business. The guy said, you know what, Vincent, I'm a businessman. I want you to show me how I can do this business on a big scale. He's a billionaire, confirmed. I can't mention his name because what I mentioned his name is confirmed. In fact, coming into his mansion was something else. Confirmed billionaire, confirmed. Do you understand this? So when someone insults you, when you feel belittled, when you feel less of yourself because someone you showed the business who maybe, the most painful part is when they tell you, no, I'm game. No, this thing, I'm game. I'm going to do it with you. We are in. And tomorrow you start hearing gist. You call them, has it happened to anybody? Has it happened to anybody? Tell you, man, dude, no, we are in, man. We are going to do this. We are going to rock this. I mean, this with you. Has it happened to anyone here? And then tomorrow you call them, you start hearing, in my place, they go, waiting they run like goats. You can start hearing waiting they run like goats. They say, and there's something that came up that, I've come to the point where when I hear those things, I just can't help but just start laughing. Oh, it happened even yesterday. Okay. When I hear that, when someone tells me that, I start laughing. You know, there's a guy I'm following up currently. We met when I went to Lagos, and then we've been talking. Oh, yeah. And then we he said, no, I'm game. And then anytime I call him, yeah, next week. By weekend, you know, whenever I call him now, the first thing I do, the moment I call him and we greet, I start laughing. I start laughing. I'll laugh. I want you to make it get to that point where the price becomes fun. Yeah, because let me tell you, I went to a First Bank branch early this year in Zone 2, and they've demolished a part of the branch, and then they put, in fact, the only staff there is a security man. What do you think First Bank is trying to do? They're trying to retrench. A lot of the things I used to pay people to do for me before, I can do by myself on my phone. In fact, yesterday, there are some parts I ordered for my bike and it came. These are things I used to take to a technician to do for me. I came back from church, brought out the parts I bought, went on YouTube, studied everything, and I installed everything by myself. Some of those things that people do currently, except if you are working a specialized job. If you're an aeronautic engineer, awesome. If you're a neurosurgeon, even neurosurgery, robots are beginning to do the surgeries. I saw a video yesterday of Elon Musk Tesla's factory. Guess what? There is no single staff in the factory. They said that is the only company in the world that is totally 100% automated. From the production of the first part to the final vehicle, no single staff. And you think somebody in Nigeria is not thinking about it. First Bank has started it. The pilot branch, they did it in Lagos. It worked. They did it in Abuja. What do you think they are doing? Those guys are thinking outside the box. So whatever you are doing now, hold on. When I have this knowledge, and I understand that my business is such that it's human interaction, the robot can't take it away from me. There are certain things you can't, transferring truth and belief has to come by what we are doing, face-to-face interaction. When we have this understanding and someone tells me anything that makes me feel bad, insulting or something, I don't take it to heart. No. In fact, let me tell you, I pity them. I'm being honest. I pity them. Like, I understand because I know what I know. I know what I know. There's a friend that owns a motorcycle shop, and this guy is I think he's I don't know which country he is. He's not a Nigerian. He's not a Nigerian. But everything in his house. In fact, I went to his house the other day, and the guy was installing inverter in his house by himself. He bought the panels, he bought the bat. I'm like, how does somebody learn how to do all these things by himself? He was doing it everything by himself. What it means is that the knowledge is available if you're willing to learn. So imagine, for instance, that your job currently is that, and somebody can do it. He can teach it to a friend. If I ask him to show me what he did, I bet you he will even be glad to show me. He will be very glad to show me. So when you understand these things, you don't take the betrayals, the insults personal. No, you understand that when they understand what you know, they will give your business a shot. Now, another price that we pay for the business is busy days and sleepless nights. Yeah. Busy days and sleepless nights. Your downlines will need your help. Your business will need you to work, to build. Yes. It will need you to do certain activities. It will need you to do a thing or two. You can't live like regular human beings. No. You can't live like every other person. No. Sometimes you just have to go inside your cocoon and make those calls. You just have to sit back and prospect. You just have to do the work part in building. In raising a building, a mason has to lay block over another using a cement or another solidifier. They just have to do the work in building. So in our business as well, there are busy days and sleepless nights. Yes, trust me, there are. These are the prices to pay. But let's talk about the prize. What are some of the prizes? The recognition. I want to ask someone here before we go on, right? Um, I don't know who is here, but let me find out from you. From Mrs. Ronti, if you're here, can you wave your hand? I don't know which name you're using. If you are here, how does it feel to be a global ambassador? I don't know if you're here. If you're here, let me know because I can't see your name here. How does it feel to be a global ambassador? I can tell you how it feels, not by myself alone, because I have been a global ambassador for a while, but I can tell you how it feels by the way I see Mr. Adonis feels. Even as at yesterday, he's still posting it on his status. I saw it and I'm like, I am happy he's happy. I am glad that what I am, someone in my mentorship has become. And I can tell you it feels good. Okay, Ronti, you're raising your hand. Look at Diamond Achievers. Let me see if I can unmute you there. How do you do this? Let's see that. Let's see. There you. Oh, sorry. I stopped the screen. How does it feel? Okay, unmute yourself. How does it feel to be a global ambassador? Eh, How does it feel to have that title? How does it feel to be on stage? How does it feel to bet a child who is a global ambassador? How does it feel?
Okay, my network is a bit erratic. I don't know if you can hear me, sir.
Loud and clear, yes.
Okay, I think being one has its feel, but there's nothing as intriguing as seeing somebody become one through you. There's this sense of fulfillment that I don't know. I'm not yet a mother, but I don't know if it's the same feeling people have when they give birth to a child and then they are looking at the child in their hands. But there's this sense of blessedness, there's this sense of fulfillment that comes with it.
Will you be willing to trade that for the price of the business?
Certainly not. The price outweighs the price.
Wow. The price outweighs the price. Did you guys hear that? The price outweighs the price. Thank you very much for sharing. Let's go on. Please, guys, stay with me. We're taking longer than usual, but I hope we are getting value. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Okay. So the first thing I said, the prize is recognition. I'm going to move faster now. The second prize is money. Yeah, you make money. For real. You make money. And you know one thing I like about this business? I like the kind of money it gives you. It doesn't give you loud money. Uh-uh, uh-uh, uh-uh. You know, so when I was in Oka, I was having a discussion with Moses, and we are talking about, after the meeting, we are talking about some of the prospects that came, commissioners, this one, that one. They have what least, but they can't afford 1 million naira. They're driving big government cars, but if you slap them for 500,000, especially the guys in them, many of them may not have. And we are not talking about monthly millionaires in the business. Do you know when I became a monthly millionaire, I was sharing an office with people. For real. Yeah, I was sharing an office with people. For real. And when you look at these things, it makes you, except, you know, some people, it's just that some people like being loud, they don't like being seen, they like being all those kind of things. But if you're that kind of person that you just want your thing to be cool, just stay in your zone and do your thing. Do you get? It gives you money. Some people here have paid for their master's program for those who want to follow there. Some people here have paid school fees for their loved ones. Some people here have built houses from this business. Ask yourself, what other thing could you have done within this time frame that could have enabled you to achieve this? Just ask yourself that question. So the question is this price, does it outweigh the price? The answer is yes. Let's look at another price, getting paid for what you didn't do. Now, remember the price is delayed gratification, Abby? But delayed gratification in this business is only at the beginning. Yes, somebody doesn't know this. Oh, I told you that one person today is going to blow from what I'm saying. Just I don't know one person, I don't know who the person is. Delayed gratification is only at the beginning of the business. Yes. Yes. Just like that, my friend said, the moment it started happening, it has continued happening. Let me tell you this. It gets to a point in your business when you start getting paid, not just because of what you have done, but because of what you did not even do. Do you know why? Because the work you have done continued to pay you for life. You've done the work once. Well, that's why when I'm showing people the business and they don't see the vision, I pity them. No, I pity them. My mother retired as a teacher. The best they paid her was a gratuity. That was all. Pension was how much? Peanuts. And this is it's not because she was a teacher. That is the lot of every salary earner. The best you get after retirement is gratuity or pension. Now, if you have not built anything that continues to give you money while you were working, that's the end of that income. But guess what? You can prospect. They call the insult, they call the feel alone and all that. Guess what? You continue to do that, and then you sign up one person because you're building. You continue building. You sign up another person. You build. You sign up. It takes a while, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and guess what? The person becomes Famranti. The person becomes Ambassador Tonis. The person becomes someone else. Becomes successful. What do? Man, you sit in your house, people are matching, you are making money, people are connecting, you don't even know who they are. You are making money. You start getting paid for what you didn't do. So the question is this: what is the trade-off for this? What are you willing to give up today so that you can have this tomorrow? Because you have to give up something today. Are you going to wait out the delayed gratification? Or you're saying, because I didn't have a sign up today, I'm quitting. Because I didn't make money last month, I'm done. No. Another prize is helping people and making impact. I don't need to say anything here. From I've already said it. You feel good by achieving a result, yeah? But you feel better by helping someone achieve a result. If you have not helped someone to start making money in the business, you won't understand this. If there is nobody in your team who makes 10,000 a month, 20,000, 100,000, 1 million, you won't understand this. They call you at the end of the month or at the end of the month say, sir, thank you. They didn't do anything for you. They didn't say thank you for showing me the business. A downline sends me a message and says, sir, God will bless you and your generation. Oh. They say, what? He said, the income I made from the money I made from this business. The person put their funds in one of this thing and then made some money. And they said, the money I made, they said, God will bless your generation. He said, amen, and bless yours too. No, you won't understand how it feels when you impact people positively. I'm not talking about using people. Let me tell you something. People are not against you using them. No. People are against you using them and not giving them something back. If you ask me to do something for you, you are using me. But I don't have issue being used. The thing is, what are you ready to do in return? What are you ready to bring to the table in return? Nobody is, many of us have not thought this deep. People are not against being used, especially genuine and sincere people. It's only selfish people that will not want to be used. Any person who is rational, genuine, and has a good heart, is kind, will want to be used. But they bolt out, they remove themselves from the circle when they realize you're not ready to give something back. Help people. The price is that the people you impact will forever remember that you are there. And another prize is this, living on your terms. Do you know what it feels to wake up on a Monday morning, not a holiday like today? You wake up on a Monday morning and you decide today I'm not doing any work. Do you know how that feels? No, you don't have an idea. You don't have an idea of how, no, you may not understand. You decide, you know what, today I want to eat Arabian salad. That's what I want. You go online, where do they have Arabian salad? I had it in Dubai. Where do they have it in Abuja? Oh, there's an Arabian restaurant. You find that Arabian salad. Oh, they have Arabian salad. How much is a plate of Arabian salad? It's 25,000. Okay, yeah, I can go and have Arabian salad. And you go and do you know? Oh, goodness. See, it's not the salad that makes you look fresh. It's the mindset that what you want, you could go for it. No, that is living life on your terms. So the question is this, is that price worth the price? Remember, what we are doing is to help you regain your confidence. When you regain your confidence, asking yourself, why am I here? And coming to terms that if you don't see the price, as I shared with us, and many more other things that are not contained here, if you don't see the price to outweigh the price, if you don't see the benefits to outweigh the cost, you won't find the enablement, the inner provision to give the push. You won't find it. You will not find it. I'm just being honest. You will not find it. So I want to ask you before I proceed, do you believe with what I have shared with you right now and many more other things that we've not talked about, that the price outweighs the price? I want to see your comments in the chat room, yes or no. That the price, be sincere, that the price outweighs the price. Now, let me take you a step further. For those that believe that the price outweighs the price, listen to this. I'll follow the message by Eric Thomas. He said, don't quit. You're already in pain. Don't quit. You're already hurt. For that pain and that hurt that you already bear, get a reward for it. Did somebody just get this? Quit. No, you're already in. You're in. Yes. Don't quit. They've insulted you. They've insulted you. Don't quit. You felt alone. You felt alone. Don't quit. They lied to you. They lied to you. You're already there, Abby. You can as well just get a reward for it. For that pain, don't like the pain to be in vain. Oh, get a reward for it. Just get a reward for it. Now, I want to help you get a reward for it. How many of us want to get a reward for this pain? How many of us are ready to? You're already there. It's just like you're already in the well. You can as well drink water. You're already in the well, Nabi. Kukuma drink water now. Waiting remain. I know the well already. I'm already in the well. I mean, I'm already there. I can Kukuma drink water now. What is it? No, I'm already in the well. I'm already there. So, Karma, make I drink water. Waiting remain. I am already in the well. So I can as well drink water. So, are you ready to get a reward? Let me tell you this. Listening to people who have been where we want to be, listening to people who have achieved what we seek to achieve, doing what they have done and are doing. This is what Steve Jobs says we should do. He said, don't try to do everything. Listen to this. Don't try to do everything. Do one thing well. Do one thing well. One thing. You know, I'm not looking for another business to do. I just have chosen that you see this business, I'm going to do it well. I've just chosen that you see this business, I'm just going to do it very, very well. I'm not trying to, you know, what a lot of people do is I want to create other sources of income. And then doing this business well is not about selling the business. No, it's about building the business. It's not about working the business. It's about raising leaders in the business. These are two different things. Doing one thing well means I am ready to build. I am ready to become a better version of myself. I am ready to help those people in my team to become better in the business. Now, when you bring doing one thing well, when you first is remove options, remove alternatives. One of the things that make us to even be overwhelmed with the business is because we feel we have another option out there. Going on that trip to Lagos, I knew coming back was not an option. The first time I traveled, I did a long trip from Abuja. I went with a friend, and then after Lokoja, before we hit Ajokuta, the guy crashed. He crashed. I had two options: go back to Abuja or continue on my journey. I had never ridden past Gwagwalada before then. I had gone to Jos, but I've not done East. And the guy said, Vin, how good you've never done this long trip alone. I said, my brother, even you in your state, you can't continue with me. Start going back to Abuja. You see this East. East, here I come. There was no other option. East, here I come. And to the glory of God, I did it. I chose, there's no going back. There was no option. There was no option I put on the table. Eliminate options and choose this as the one thing you can do. Now, when I say eliminate options, somebody may say, but I have a business I'm doing, I have a job. Should I? No. When you do your job, do your job. When you do the business, give it attention as if that is the only thing. As if there is no other thing. As if you fail there, you have failed for life. That's what it means to do one thing and do it well. And when we narrow it down, when you come into the business, you have chosen to do this business and do it well. You've chosen to build. When you come in here, let me tell you what you do and what we are going to do for the next 1 week. What we are going to do is to pick one activity, one thing, just one thing. We're going to pick one thing. We are running a 90 days project. We've done the first month. The second month, we are going to pick one thing this week. And that's the only thing we are going to do. Now, it is not binding on anybody to do this. But for that person who I am speaking with from the beginning till this moment, I want you to pick one thing. And I'm going to tell you what we are going to pick. We are picking one thing that we know for sure will give us results in the business. We are picking one thing that, having discovered why we are here and having accepted that the prize is bigger than the price, we are ready not to just throw our efforts everywhere, but to concentrate our efforts. Like I said, in picking this business as one thing, it's not that when you pick one particular activity, every other activity should go to hell. No, it means you are giving priority to this particular activity. It means if you are resuming by 8 or starting your activities by 9 and closing by 5, from 9 to 12 is this activity. Nobody comes in within that time. Even when I call you within that time, you don't pick my call because you are in that activity. That's what it means to pick one activity and do it well. Now, that one activity we are going to pick is the activity that helps us to stop working and start building. Is the activity that puts us in the frame where we create systems that by the end of this year can start working for us. And what is that thing we are going to do? We are going to find our partners. We are going to find our partners. Somebody may be asking, why did I not say find prospects? It's a shift of thinking for me. I am not looking anymore for people who will come and decide whether they will do the business or not. No, because what I see is what I am looking for. I am looking for people that will do my business. So it means anybody I meet out there, I already see the person as my partner, not a prospect. Did somebody just get the shift? When you are finding prospects, you are looking for people who will come and say, will I do or will I not do? No. I'm looking for that person who I will see and is already a partner. It's not that the person has already signed up, but before I finish showing the person the business, the person is already in. The person may be in today, tomorrow, or next week, but the person is already in. It makes sense to the person. By meeting the person's life is elated. By coming in contact with the person feels, if this is one thing that will keep us together, then let's do it together. Somebody getting the shift. So what we are going to do is this. Between today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and yeah, that's 4 days, right? Let's make it 5 days. We're going to find our partners. I'm going to give you what the standard is, but I'm not going to say this is what you should do. No, I want you to tell me what you want to do. For everybody, this meeting today is a special meeting to me because of what God put in my heart that I'm sharing with you. But listen to this. Everybody here, if you want, I'm going to include you in a particular group chat. If you want, you let me know. I'm going to, not in this group, if you reach out to me, all of you have my numbers. I'm going to put you in that group chat and let me know how many partners you want to find every day from now till Friday. The standard, if you're a full-timer, is 20 in a day. Now remember, this is the priority. I know, forget about every other thing that you feel is priority. Listen to me. Make this a priority. What it means is, I resume by 9 after cell meeting. This is the longest cell meeting you will have in a week. There won't be anyone as long as this. Now, the cell meeting should be ending in 30 minutes, where I listen to you, give you my piece of advice, and we go into the day. Now, what it means is, from 9 o'clock, 10, 11, 12, 4 hours, maybe raise it to 5 hours. You are finding your partners. Find them wherever you want. Find them in your contacts. Find them in the cold market. Go out there and prospect. What you are looking for is partners, not prospects. Now, when I say this, I want to repeat. When I talk about partners, you are in your mind, you're looking for people who, by merely just talking to them, they want to be a part of what you're doing. Before they even feel the questionnaire, they already game. They already feel a connection. They already feel that you guys can do business together. For a full-timer, find 20. Now, for a rock star, listen to this. For a rock star full-timer, for a sentinel, listen to this. It is 25. Now, somebody will be saying, 20, 25. Why is that 5 different? Let me bust your bubble. What makes you unique is not the big things you do, but the little things you do above the normal consistently. If somebody is prospecting 20 and you're prospecting 25, in 5 days, the person has prospected 100, you have prospected 125. If you do it for 10 days, the person has prospected 200, you have prospected 250. By just doing 5 extra. So when I say this person is a rock star, this person is a sentinel, you understand what I mean? I'm not asking you, choose this. No, no. And when I talk about finding your partner, many of us like patronizing me. so that they will feel, I don't want them to be angry. I don't want him to stop talking. You don't have to patronize me. Your bank account will show. If you choose, that's why I'm not going to give you this. Some people will quote what they did not do. It shows in the ultimate result. No, find your partner. If you consider and value my time with you, if you tell me you're going to find 25 partners for the next 5 days, you will not finish your 9 to 1 o'clock without finding 25. No. The question at the back, what will I tell Gam? I can't lie to him. No. I'm big enough to know I don't have to patronize him. No. I have to find, so that if I tell him to call this person to me, I will know that I am not wasting his time. You value my presence with you that much. That's the person I'm talking about here. That's the one person that this meeting is for. Find your partner. Now, if you're a part-timer, you have a business, you have a job, you have some other thing you're doing, it's 10. Find 10 for the next 5 days. If you are a rock star, if you are a sentinel, find 15 every day as a part-timer, just for the next 5 days. Just for the next 5 days. Only just for the next 5 days. I'm not going to ask you, you are going to do this, you will doing, no. For those who want to be in that group, I'm going to put you there. Reach out to me. Tell me what you want to do. If you are that person that this message is for, that we spent, when did we start this meeting? This is 9:43, getting to 2 solid hours. If you are that person that today is for, that this Salah Ram is for, if you are the one, I tell you, as you set out to start it today, it won't be easy. Stick it out. Remember the prize. Remember the benefits. Remember the gain. Remember, if there is no root, there will be no fruit. Hold it out to the end. Don't give up. It's only for 5 days. Now, let me tell you this. Imagine you prospect 25 for the next 5 days. That's 125 partners, not prospects. Because you will see them. They're out there. They're looking for you. They are moving about. Their prayers. They are looking for who God. They are unconsciously. God is directing them, but you need to be looking for them to see them. If you do 20, that's 100. I can assure you, many of us have not prospected 100 in the last 17 days, in the last 1 month. If you'll be honest with yourself. If you're a part-timer and you do 15, 15 times 5 days is how many? 75. Yes, 75. If you're a part-timer and you decide to be a regular part-timer, but you are ready for this, 10 times 5, that's 50. That's more than what you have never done. In fact, that's what you have never done before. Because all the while we are looking for prospects. You are not looking for partners. Remember, what you look for is what you find. Now, what I'm going to do for this 1 week is that every single day, exactly from 8 o'clock, I'm going to come here to listen to you. I'm going to give you 1 or 2 tips that will help you go into the day. And in 30 minutes, we are done, you go into your day. I'm going to do that with you tomorrow. I'm going to do that with you on Wednesday. I'm going to do that with you on Thursday. I'm going to do that with you on Friday. With God helping me. By the grace of God, I'm going to do that with you. And guess what? On Sunday, for those around where I have a physical location, I'm going to run an event with you. For those who are not where I have a location, if there is a physical location there, if there is a physical location and I have access to it, I can get you to book your prospects to the meeting happening there. Now, listen to this. I am not going to ask the owner of the office that you work with them. No. This is a mistake I have made, a mistake that we used to make, and with what I have learned now, it stops. I cannot delegate my success to another person. It's my success, it's my glory. So I have to take over the work. Yes. I have to take over the training. I have to take over the mentorship. I have to take over the presence. Yes. If I choose to sign up someone outside my location, I should have chosen to provide them with enough resources that they will feel more than adequate working with me wherever they are. And the same applies to everybody here. But the good news is this: you see all those prospects that you have found between today and Friday, by weekend, they are going to know about your business. But those who we couldn't fix into a location, by that weekend, we can also run a Zoom presentation, which I would anchor for us. So I want us to get ready. Come out of being stuck, because now we know why we are here. Now we've seen that the price outweighs the price. And now we are picking one thing, giving it priority while we do other things. Yes, you do your prospect, you're finding partners from 9 to 1. And then when you come back, you take a 1-hour break. And then if you have downlines, book their script. If you have to meet a downline, tell the person, come by so time. If you have QSG to run, tell the person, come by so time. If you're running QSG, you know you have 1 hour to run QSG. You don't run QSG for 3 hours. If you are in a timetable to present, you know your presentation should not be more than 1 hour. What are you saying there? So the question is this: who is ready to make a difference this week? Who is set to make a difference this week? Who is set? Like I said, I came here for one person. One person. I don't know who. In all honesty, I don't know who that person is. I don't even know if a man or a woman. I don't know who that person is. But by Sunday evening, by the grace of God keeping us alive, we will know that person, who that person is. We will know. No, we will know. By their fruits, we shall know them. It didn't say by their seed. No. It didn't say by their roots. No. It said by their fruits, we shall know them. So with this, we come to the end of the Super Monday Scala Huddle. Did anybody get any value? Did anybody feel energized to go into the day? Does anybody feel, today is my day. This is for me. Like, today is my day, man. Gam, who told you this is what I'm going through? Today is my day. I celebrate you all. If there is someone who has a question or has a thing to say, since we're already clocking 2 hours, well, I never thought, you say the thing about what comes from the heart. You don't even know. I have only 15 slides and I've spoken for almost 2 hours. Only 15. And I've spoken for almost 2 hours because it's from the heart. I'm not trying to, no, it's from the heart. So, is anyone who has any question or any comments? We'll take, in 10 minutes we are done or less. Any question, any comments? Anyone? Anyone, is there anyone? Feel free, very quickly before we wrap it up. Any question, any concern, like Wahid? Wahid, if our meet is not in this, please, better not talk. Better mute yourself back.
The meat, that's my video. You know, sometimes when your head is racking, you forget about the meat.
See this.
Gam, I have a concern. Gam, seriously, I have a concern. You know, some time ago, I mentioned wanting to work with a sickle cell agency. And honestly, the opportunity presented itself and I'm grabbing it. They are having a sickle cell walk on Saturday between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
Okay.
And I told her the Diamond Project is going to be a partner. And I asked her, will there be an opportunity to talk?
Mm-hmm.
And he said she'll give me an opportunity to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been battling. How do I make the introduction? What do I say in 10 minutes to people who don't even know or who have heard the wrong things about net? But I made up my mind that whatever it is, I'm going to talk, irrespective of how they feel or what they think or what they know.
Mm-hmm.
But my interest now is that thing to say in less than 10 seconds that will grab their attention. I tried using the vision when I was at the gathering of Usosa. They just say, so I want something. What do I need to say to break down the network marketing model to raise finances and also help them access drugs, supplements to boost the health of these warriors, and also put their monies in their pockets while in the comfort of their home. To parents, because I know parents will be there and other people will be there. So that's been on my mind for the past 3 days when I got that invite.
Very, very simple. Very simple. Have you realized that when you are presenting and you talk about yourself, what you're presenting to people is how this has affected you? People put themselves in your shoes. You're not a sickle seller, but you talk about how the business has impacted you sincerely. See, let me tell us something. You see, this business is you don't have to exaggerate though. I see people, they lie, they tell people they live in a 8-bedroom duplex. They tell people they get fake pictures, they do this one, they rent a house and they tell people they bought the house. People are not stupid. The mistake we make is that because we do this business, we think we are the only smart people. People are not stupid though. They can put one or two. In fact, I did a presentation for a guy, and after that, he said, I like you. He said, I said, how do you say this? He said, because he said the truth. He said, I listened to a guy who presented this business to me. He called the state. He said the guy was talking so arrogantly to people, telling them their job is whack, this one is that. And I was looking at his shoe. The guy is in abject poverty. He said, I'm a salary earner, but I know I am far better than him and maybe his parents. But he was trying to condescend my being a salary earner. I've been a salary earner all my life. I know it's better to own your own business, but he was very arrogant. And he doesn't have it on him. Listen to his word. He said he doesn't have the success on him. He said, I looked at his shoe. His shoe was a mess. Do you understand that kind of a thing? Now, if I am presenting the business to people, I tell them, some of you may have had it. I'm not there yet, though. Forget, though, guy. I've done one or two to the glory of God from the business, but bro, I'm not there yet, man. I'm still growing. You know how it makes people feel? Tell them the truth. Tell them I am still a salary, and in fact, and there are people who have done. I am still learning. I am growing, but this is what I have found. It's how this has impacted me. The little tangible thing I've done with this. I was able to make 50,000. This is what I used it to do. People relate with that story. When I travel, the majority of the time, I don't eat. What I do is this: I pop 2 capsules of Complete and I swallow 2 capsules of Complete. That's all. Oh. In fact, the guy I traveled with the last time, in the morning, he was like, hey, let's go and have breakfast. I said, you and who? I don't eat that early. He said, why? I said, no. He brought his breakfast. He ate his own breakfast. So he saw me not taking the supplement. He said, see you, Wayo. You say you are not eating, but you can't take supplements. My own food is the supplements. I understand it. When I take 2 Complete or more, but I'm good. Do you understand? Talk about it if you have experienced. Talk sincerely. If you don't have a sincere story, talk about someone's story you know. Relate. See, our business is about relationship. Relate with them. I got to know about the Diamond Project. I'm growing in the business, but these are some of the things, the person I have become. It has helped me to become a better person, relating with people. I've been able to feature in some places that I never thought I would be. It has enabled me in my office to be appointed for this. It has also enabled me. I've made some income. I've not made the millions yet, but I've been able to make one or two income. The other day, I was able to remove 32,000. I gave my wife 12,000 out of it. She was so excited. I saw the joy that, this was not monthly allowance, but it gave us a lot of joy. Those are the stories that make people be a part, want to know more. It's not no, I have never been able to travel outside the shores of this country. But guess what? I know it's just at the backyard of this Nigeria. I went to Benin Republic. It felt the world to me, walking off to the sound of ocean, not about this, but that's the story they want to hear. That's what makes people. And you tell them this story. You said, for anyone who wants to know more, this may sound like what you have seen before, but I can tell you what I do that has brought me this far can impact a one or two person out of you. I will now be outside after because of your time so that I can share more information with anyone who is interested to know more. Not to be a part of it, no, to know more. Let them know that your goal is education. You're not interested in signing them up. You're interested in educating them. Let me tell you something. A properly educated person is a partner. I promise you that. Whether the person get money or you don't get money. Once he's properly educated, they look for a way. Who know like better thing? So put this together. Come from your own story, genuine story, no exaggeration, no ambiguity. Straight to the point. Relate with them and ask them for a chance that you would want some people to do this with you. Maybe not everybody, but some people are looking at building something more, impacting other people and helping other people in similar situations that you found out from other people who have used one or two of these products that it has helped them this, but you want them to, for those who want to know more, since this is not a forum to share them with them, then you can show them. And then you can see, not everybody, some people in the crowd will say, but when you speak from your heart, let me tell you, I've done it severally. The crowd will be booing and saying whatever they want. Those you came for will come to you. They'll be like, sir, I want to know more about this. I've had something like this before, but I want to listen to you. I want to see what you have to offer. So go with that. I believe you create some results, okay?
Thank you, God. Thank you.
You're welcome. Lastly, Maduka. Maduka, I have 1 minute. So you have to speak in 30 seconds so that I respond in 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Sir, my question goes like this. I learned that you want to open an office in Lagos, maybe island, not in mainland, not island now. So, and I want to know if that has been possible because I want to relocate. Right now, I'm in Zaria, but I am planning of relocating back to Lagos, and I want to go and start branding in Lagos back.
Okay, if that is worked out, you will be informed.
Okay, sir. All right,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so Maduka, help us with closing prayer. We won't be able to take any affirmation. I believe you've been affirmed already by the words you had this morning. So Maduka, help us with closing prayer.
Okay. Father, in the name of Jesus Christ, I pray. Our Daddy and our Father, we thank you, Father Lord, for this wonderful teachings this morning. Thank you, Father, for this empowerment this morning. As we are going into the new week, oh Lord, I pray that all the things that is in our mind already is going to be achieved in the name of Jesus. Father, as we are going to put into our business one way or the other, let that be a result that will take us to the next level in the name of Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Everyone.
Thank you, Maduka.